John Richard Harris is an American professional golfer who played on the PGA Tour and the Champions Tour. Harris was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota and grew up in Roseau, Minnesota, near the Canada-US border. He attended the University of Minnesota, where he distinguished himself in both golf and ice hockey. Harris was the second leading scorer on the Gophers' 1974 NCAA National Championship team, and then 2 months later won the individual Big Ten championship in golf. Harris played minor league hockey after college and then became a professional golfer in 1976. His best finish on the PGA Tour was a T26 at the 1976 Hawaiian Open. He regained his amateur status in 1983 and soon became one of the dominant players on the amateur circuit in Minnesota. He won the Minnesota State Amateur 4 times, the Minnesota State Mid-Amateur 5 times, and the 1993 U.S. Amateur at the age of 41. After turning 50 in June 2002, Harris began a second professional golf career. His first win came in his 5th Champions Tour season at the 2006 Commerce Bank Championship. Harris lives in the upscale Twin Cities suburb of Eden Prairie. Harris took over as Director of Golf at the University of Minnesota in July 2010 after the departure of Brad James. In December 2010, the Minnesota Daily published a report that Harris kept associate women's head coach Katie Brenny from coaching, traveling with the team, or recruiting, while letting his son-in-law and former caddy, Ernie Rose, perform those duties under a different title. Harris resigned as Director of Golf in June 2011. In March 2014, Hennepin County Judge Thomas M. Sipkins awarded Katie Brenny $359,000 in a discrimination lawsuit related to her treatment by Harris and Rose while at the University of Minnesota. His brother Robbie played for the U.S. ice hockey team at the 1976 Winter Olympics. Amateur wins: 1974 Big Ten Championship, Minnesota State Amateur; 1987 Minnesota State Amateur; 1988 Minnesota State Mid-Amateur; 1989 Minnesota State Amateur; 1990 Minnesota State Mid-Amateur; 1991 Minnesota State Mid-Amateur; 1992 Minnesota State Mid-Amateur; 1993 U.S. Amateur; 1995 Susquehanna Amateur; 1997 Porter Cup; 1999 Minnesota State Mid-Amateur; 2000 Minnesota State Amateur; 2002 Terracotta Invitational. Professional wins. Regular career wins: 1994 Minnesota State Open; 1995 Minnesota State Open. Champions Tour wins: Champions Tour playoff record, U.S. National Team appearances. Amateur Walker Cup 1993, 1995, 1997, 2001. Eisenhower Trophy 1994.